This is WYAR 88.3 FM, the voice of the Heritage Radio Society. WYAR is an independent, non-commercial, educational radio station with programming that encompasses all the best music from primarily the first 60 years of the 20th century. I'm Kent, and you're listening to Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today: cry.
Well, now my baby's gone. She left me all alone. Well, now my baby's just gone. I don't have no one home. Every night so dark and lonely. My heart is heavy like a stone. Cry, cry all night. Oh, yeah. Well, now, little darling, come back home. Yeah, yeah, one time. Come on, little darling. Oh, one more time. Come on and say you'll be mine. Now that you're gone and left me, I'll always have you on my mind. Cry, cry all night. Oh, yeah. Well, now, little darling, come back home. Well, now, little baby, I'm gonna leave my homestead. I'm gonna try and lose it from out of my head. And then if I can't lose you, I'm gonna die in my bed. Cry, cry all night. Oh, yeah. Well, now, little darling, come back home.
Richie Valens with Cry, Cry, Cry from 1959. The song comes from the album Richie, the second of 3 posthumously released original albums by Richie Valens. He was killed in a plane crash 8 months into his recording career, along with Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and the pilot Roger Peterson, on February 3rd, 1959, on what has become known as the day the music died. Richie Valens had several hits, most notably La Bamba, which he had adapted from a Mexican folk song. He transformed the song into one with a rock rhythm and beat, and it became a hit in 1958, making Valens a pioneer of the Spanish-speaking rock and roll movement. This is WYAR 88.3 FM, and you're listening to Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today: cry.
When your baby leaves you all alone and nobody calls you on the phone, don't you feel like a crying? Don't you feel like crying? Well, here I am, honey. Come on, you cry to me. When you're all alone in your lonely room and there's nothing but the smell of her perfume, don't you feel like a crying? Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like a cry? Come on, cry to me. Oh, nothing can be said you walk with me? Oh yeah. When you're waiting for a voice to come in the night, but there's no one. Don't you feel like a cry? Cry to me. Don't you feel like crying? Cry to me. Don't you feel like a crack, a crack, a crack, cry to me. Crack, a crack, a crying? Cry to me. Don't you feel like a crack, a crack, a crack, crack, a crack, a crack, a crack, cry?
You saw me crying in the chapel. The tears I shed were tears of joy. I know the meaning of contentment now. I am happy with the Lord. Just a plain and simple chapel where humble people go to pray. I pray the Lord that I'll grow stronger as I live from day to day. I've searched and I've searched, but I couldn't find no way on earth to gain peace of mind. Now I'm happy in the chapel where people are of one accord. We gather in the chapel just to sing and praise the Lord. I've searched and I've searched, but I couldn't find no way on earth to gain peace of mind. Now I'm happy in the chapel where people are of one accord. We gather in the chapel just to sing and praise the Lord. Cry, baby, cry. Cry, baby, cry. Just the way I did the day you broke my heart. Cry, baby, cry. You flew too high. Came
tables turned, and now you've learned you're not so smart. You broke every promise, you couldn't be true. You gave me the go-by for somebody new when I needed you so. Cry, baby, cry. My eyes are dry. I'm laughing up my sleeve to see my cry, baby, cry.
It's too late to cry, baby. You brought it all on yourself. It's too late to cry, baby. You brought it all on yourself. Yes, I know you're not in love with me, baby. You're in love with somebody else. I built my whole life around you, wag my fingers to the bone. I built my whole life around you, wag my fingers to the bone. You know you don't want me, baby, and why in the devil don't you let me alone? Just a no good woman, rotten from your head on down. I give you everything that a man could give. You will never be no good, baby. You will be rotten just as long as you live.
Woo! Lonnie Johnson, Too Late to Cry from 1948. Lonnie Johnson was born in New Orleans and was an innovator of jazz guitar and jazz violin and is recognized as the first to play an electrically amplified violin. Johnson's early recordings are the first guitar recordings to display a single-note soloing style with string bending and vibrato. He pioneered this style of guitar playing on records, and his influence is obvious in the playing of Django Reinhardt, T-Bone Walker, and virtually all electric blues guitarists. Mr. Lonnie Johnson. Before that, Larry Clinton with B. Wayne on vocal, Cry Baby Cry from 1938. Beatrice Ruth Wayne was born in the Bronx and had a number of hits with former Tommy Dorsey arranger Larry Clinton, whom she joined in 1937. Following her musical career, she and her husband became a husband and wife disc jockey team, helming a show titled Mr. and Ms. Music. We heard from June Valley, Crying in the Chapel from 1953. the most successful single of June Valley's career and the most successful version of the song, originally written by Artie Glenn for his son Daryl to sing. Also born in the Bronx, June Valley was one of the stars of the 50s television shows Stop the Music and Your Hit Parade, and sang on Your Hit Parade during its 52-53 season. And we started off our set with Solomon Burke, Cry to Me, the original mono version. Cry to Me is a song written by Burt Burns, listed as Burt Russell, and first recorded by Solomon Burke in 1961, released in 1962. It was Burke's second single to appear in both Billboard magazine's Hot R&B sides and Hot 100 singles charts. Burke's most famous recordings, which spanned 5 years in the early 60s, bridged the gap between mainstream R&B and grittier R&B. He drew from his roots, gospel, jazz, country, and blues, as well as developing his own style at the time when R&B and rock were both still in their infancy. Mr. Solomon Burke. This is WYAR 88.3 FM, and you're listening to Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today, cry.
I had some trouble with my baby, so I had my fortune read. I had some trouble with my baby, and this is what the gypsy said. The gypsy cried.
gonna sit right down and cry over you. I'm gonna sit right down and cry over you. If you'll ever say goodbye, if you're ever even try, I'm gonna sit right down and cry over you. I'm gonna love you more and more every day. I'm gonna love you more and more in every way. And if you ever say goodbye, if you ever even try, I'm gonna sit right down and cry over you. Gonna tell my mama, tell my papa too, so they'll know exactly what I'm gonna do. you. Tell my mama, tell my papa too, so they'll know exactly what I'm gonna do. If you ever say goodbye, if you ever even cry, I'm gonna sit right down and cry over you. Sit right down and cry over you.
Cry the long night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you say you're sorry for being so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head, while you never shed a tear. Remember, I remember all that you said. Told me love was too plebeian, told me you were through with me, and now you say you love me. Well, just to prove you do, come on and cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. I cried a river.
You don't have to be a baby to cry. All you need is for love to go wrong. You don't have to be a baby to cry, or to lie awake the whole night long. When you leave me, my golden rainbow disappears. Then you leave me a broken heart that's full of tears. These ain't raindrops in my eyes, why should I lie? You don't have to be a baby to cry. gosh, why should I lie? You don't have to be a baby to cry.
That was Moon Mullican, You Don't Have to Be a Baby to Cry, from 1950. Known for a time as king of the hillbilly piano players, Grand Ole Opry performer Aubrey Mullican was first to record this familiar tune. Ernest Tubb and Jimmy Dorsey also recorded versions in 1950. Tennessee Ernie Ford recorded the song in 1956 and used it as a B-side to 16 Tons. And Julie London recorded the song on her self-entitled 1964 LP. Speaking of Julie London, she gave us her rendition of Cry Me a River, accompanied by Barney Cassell on guitar and Ray Leatherwood on bass. Cry Me a River is a torch song written by Arthur Hamilton, first published in 1953 and made famous in 1955 with this version by Julie London. Arthur Hamilton said of the song, "I'd never heard of the phrase. I just like the combination of words. Instead of eat your heart out or I'll get even with you, it sounded like a good, smart retort to somebody who had hurt your feelings or broken your heart." In 2016, Cry Me a River was inducted by the Library of Congress in the National Recording Registry. Before that, Roy Hamilton with I'm Gonna Sit Right Down and Cry Over You, from 1954. In the most familiar version, Elvis just raced through the song on his debut 1956 LP. The original was this more leisurely treatment that was issued on the B-side of Roy Hamilton's classic hit, You'll Never Walk Alone. By combining semi-classical technique with a traditional gospel feeling, Roy Hamilton brought soul to great American songbook singing. His greatest success came from 54 through 61, when he was Epic Records' most prolific artist. His two most influential recordings, You'll Never Walk Alone and Unchained Melodies, became Epic's first two #1 hits when they topped the Billboard R&B chart in 54 and 55. And he became the first solo artist in the label's history to have a U.S. top 10 pop hit when Unchained Melodies peaked at #6 in May 1955. We started off our set with Lou Christie, The Gypsy Cried, from 1963. The song was by Christie and his longtime songwriting partner, Twyla Herbert. This was actually the first song they wrote together, written over a period of 15 minutes, and was Lou Christie's first hit. He had a #1 hit in 1966 with Lightning Strikes. This is WYAR 88.3 FM, and you're listening to Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today? Cry.
And when I told her I didn't love her anymore, she cried. And when I said her kisses weren't like before, she cried. She cried. I thought that our romance was done, but to her
got me sighing again. What is this love all about? I'm in, I'm out. Your kisses right from the start came from your lips, not your heart. You make me happy and then somebody new looks good to you. You've got me crying again, just crying for you.
Forsaken my sister, forsaken my brother, I've forsaken my daddy and my dear old mother. I had to do that to change that woman's name. But now she's fixing to leave me, ain't it a crying shame? If it wasn't for love, people, I never would be blue. If it wasn't for women, I know what I'd do. These awful tricky, but I love them just the same. But my woman, she have tricked me, ain't this a crying shame? I didn't know, people, she was that tricky kind. I was very weak, you know, grabbed the hook and line. But she had that feeling and made me change her name. She throwed me down, ain't this a crying shame? Said them weak-minded people, it's easy to be misled, especially when they're sleeping in a lonesome bed. She had a feeling and made me change my name. But my baby's fixing to leave me, ain't this a crying shame? I woke up this morning by the break of day, reached over and grabbed the pillow where she used to lay. It's awful, people, but I love her just the same. But my baby's big and leave me, ain't this a crying shame?
Betty Everett, Ain't Gonna Cry from 1958. Betty Everett is best known for her biggest hit single, the million-selling Shoop Shoop song, It's in His Kiss, and her duet, Let It Be Me, with Jerry Butler. In 1990, her signature hit, the Shoop Shoop song, It's in His Kiss, was used in the movie Mermaids for the end credits and recorded by the star of the film, Cher. Before that, Blind Boy Fuller, Ain't It a Cryin' Shame from 1935. Fuller was one of the most popular of the recorded Piedmont blues artists. Piedmont blues refers primarily to a guitar style, the Piedmont finger style, which is characterized by a finger-picking approach in which a regular alternating thumb bass string rhythmic pattern supports a syncopated melody using the treble strings, generally picked with the forefinger. The Piedmont style is differentiated from other styles, particularly the Mississippi Delta blues, by its ragtime-based rhythms. We heard the song You've Got Me Crying Again, with words by Charles Newman, music by Isham Jones, and recorded by Amos and his orchestra, with vocal refrain by Elsie Carlisle in May 1933. Elsie Carlisle would go on to perform the song again in the film Radio Parade, also in 1933, where she is accompanied by a number of Ambrose's instrumentalists. And we started off our set with Teddy Darrell, She Cried, from 1961. Darrell co-wrote and initially recorded the ballad, in which Jay and the Americans would ride to fame in the spring of 1962. You're listening to WYAR 88.3 FM, the voice of the Heritage Radio Society. WYAR is only on the air thanks to contributions from listeners like you. If you'd like to keep hearing commercial-free radio, playing songs you love, and introducing you to new ones, please consider supporting WYAR. You can connect with us at our website at wyar.org or through the good old postal service at P.O. Box 414, Yarmouth, Maine 04096. Your support is greatly appreciated. I'm Kent, and this is Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today? Cry.
If you're in Arizona, I'll follow you. If you're in Minnesota, I'll be there too. You'll have a million chances to start anew, because my love is endless for you. My heart cries for you, sighs for you, dies for you, and my arms long for you. Please come back to me.
The bloom has left the roses
Since you left me,
the birds have left my window.
since you left me, I'm lonely as a sailboat that's lost at sea. I'm lonely as a human can be. My heart cries for you, sighs for you, dies for you, and my arms long for you. Please come back to me. An unimportant quarrel was what we had. We have to learn to live with the good and bad. Together we were happy, apart we're sad. This loneliness is driving me mad. My heart cries for you, sighs for you, dies brave and gay, with head held high, he marched away, his sweetheart wept, but every night he'd think of her, and he would write, "Don't cry, my love, while I am gone. Don't sigh, my love, just carry on." The leaves of green turned brown and gold. The days grew short and nights were cold. But when the winds blew chill, afire with love, he'd write her still. Don't cry, my love, while I am gone. Don't sigh, my love, just carry on. Then came the day he'd hungered for, when he need live on dreams no more. For he could write, and it was true, "My dear, I'll soon be home to you. Don't cry, my love, I'm coming home. Don't sigh, my love, no more I'll roam. We two again will never part. Stand easy, love, you've won my heart."
I was all right for a while. I could smile for a while. But I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight as you stopped to say hello. Oh, you wished me well. You couldn't tell that I'd been crying over you, crying over you. Then you said so long, left me standing all alone, alone and crying, crying, crying. Crying, it's hard to understand, but the touch of your hand can start me crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before. But darling, what can I do? For you don't love me, and I'll always be crying over you, crying moment on, I'll be crying, 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 I'm
Wow. Roy Orbison, Crying, from 1961. This was from the Monument Concert from 1965, a live recording. Crying was one of the two major 1961 ballad hits for Roy Orbison, as both this and Running Scared reached number one. In 2010, Rolling Stone magazine ranked Crying 69th on their list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Rock and roll in the 1950s was defined by a driving backbeat, heavy guitars, and lyrical themes that glorified youthful rebellion. Few of Orbison's recordings have these characteristics. The structure and themes of his songs defied convention, and his much-praised voice and performance style were unlike any other in rock and roll, Mr. Roy Orbison. Before that, Vera Lynn, Don't Cry My Love, from 1957. Dame Vera Lynn was born March 20th, 1917, and died June 18th, 2020. She was an English singer-songwriter and entertainer whose recordings and performances were very popular during the Second World War. She was widely referred to as the Force's sweetheart and gave outdoor concerts for the troops in Egypt, India, and Burma during the war. She remained popular after the war, appearing on radio and TV in the UK and the US, and by the time of her death in June 2020, she had been active in the music industry for 96 years. We started off our set with Dinah Shore, My Heart Cries for You, from 1951. The song was adapted by Carl Sigmund and Percy Faith from an 18th century French melody. Dinah Shore was born Fanny Rose Shore to Russian Jewish immigrant shopkeepers in Winchester, Tennessee. In many of her auditions, she sang the popular song Dinah. When DJ Martin Block could not remember her name, he called her the Dinah Girl, and soon after the name stuck, becoming her stage name. Well, my mascara's been running, so I better go freshen up, but we'll leave you with one more. We started off with Ritchie Valens' song, Cry, 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 so let's end with another one entitled Cry, Cry, Cry. Johnny Cash signed with Sun Records in 1954 after he came home from serving with the U.S. Air Force. During that time, he wrote the song Hey Porter, which was met with little excitement from the record label executives. He was told to come back with a song that Sun Records owner Sam Phillips would be able to sell. Cash went home and wrote the song Cry, Cry, Cry overnight and came back and performed it to Phillips the following day. The song was then coupled with Hey Porter and released as the B-side of the record. The early success of the song led to a featured spot on the Louisiana Hayride Tour and kicked off the career of Johnny Cash in the process. I hope you enjoy this one from the Man in Black, and we really do appreciate you listening. If you'd like to hear this show again or any of the other past shows, go to our Facebook page at WYAR Heritage Radio, or just search online using the hashtag ThemeStreetWYAR. And join us next Monday at 7 a.m. for the next episode of Theme Street. What's the word on the street going to be? Tune in and find out right here on WYAR 88.3 FM. Until next time, I'm Kent, and the word on the street today has been cry.
Everybody knows where you go when the sun goes down. I think you only live to see the lights uptown. I wasted my time when I would try. 'Cause when the lights have lost their glow, you'll cry. Soon your sugar daddies will all be gone. You wake up some cold day and find you're alone. You'll call for me, but I'm gonna tell you bye. When I turn around and walk away, you'll cry. You're gonna cry, and you cry alone. When everyone's forgotten and you're left on your own, you're gonna cry. I lie awake at night to wait till you come in. You stay a little while and then you're gone again. Every question that I ask, I get a lie. For every lie you tell, you're gonna cry. When your fickle love gets old, no one will care for you. Then you'll come back to me for a little love that's true. I'll tell you no, and then you'll ask me why. When I remind you of all of this, you'll cry. You're gonna cry, and you want me then. It'll hurt when you think of the fool you've been. You're gonna cry.